about the lightings they used there. So if you see, one of the things say that we have a picture of Neil Armstrong descending down the craft. But as he is descending down, if you see, only Neil Armstrong is brightly lit. Here what the NASA men say is that they had a light directly above him. If you see, there's another picture that is showing just below him, and the picture that shows from the bottom, it is fully dark and only his top portion is lit. So this could easily show that Neil Armstrong, there's a light only top, and that's the reason he alone is brightly lit. Even that United States label, which was very clear, you have seen, even that is due to similar reasons. Okay, actually you see, this ground from there looked very clear, and that's why we thought of walking this path. But now you see, as we get closer, it is very rugged and roughed up. Now I'll show you the exact thing. One thing is almost similar to this from the conspiracy theory. So this is the picture that I said you about. So here if you see, there are two astronauts, each of their shadow point in different directions. The conspiracy theorists say that the NASA people, they had merged two different pictures. Well, actually, it looks almost like some sort of graphics done through a computer. But in this, the terrain is not clearly shown. Well, I'll show you another picture with little bit of modification. That is, it clearly explains where they are walking. Okay. Here's a picture with the the texture of the ground were highlighted. So now if you see, this astronaut is walking down a slope and this astronaut is going up a slope. So it is actually because of this they are different. Their shadows are in different directions. With the camera that they had in those years, you cannot expect to get a clear texture of the ground. Okay, so you just saw those two pictures that showed how terrain differences were not shown clearly in images sent by the NASA. Now let's move on to the next point, which is almost related to this. Well, it is the identical backgrounds. You see, as for the identical backgrounds, even this is almost the same reason. The cameras of the 1960s, you can just imagine how good it would have been. Well, with those cameras, those crispy little sand particles and tiny particles and all may not have been properly brought into focus, and that's why you get those identical backgrounds. If at all we would have taken some of these modern cameras, I'm sure we will have a very clear image. It'll be totally different, the pictures that we see, and it's the same reason those cameras couldn't focus on minute details, and that's why those identical backgrounds were formed. Last but not the least, we are gonna see one massive fact, the Chandrayaan-1. Well, many people say that our Indian satellite was a failure. In spite of being a failure, it had managed to send 7,000 images, and few of the images show, few objects that were part of the Apollo missions. Well, this proof is more than enough to show that man indeed landed on the moon. If we have to believe that Indian satellite was true, we must accept that even man landed on the moon. Thank you. Now what you say?